Bandidos, what up? It's your boy Tux here. We're back with the Division 2, and today we're going to talk about how to utilize the brand new level 40 boost. And we're also going to touch on the level 30 boost because it turns out it still has a role. This will be especially helpful for new and returning players, but if you've been around for a while and you're creating extra characters, you're going to want to know this too. Let's do this.
Wait, did we just become best friends? So nice to meet you. I think you're cool.
Piece of shit wristwatch.
Depending on where you are, the boosting process is just a little bit different. So the point of this video is to clarify all those perspectives. Now quickly, I'm just going to show you what you have to do to activate Battle for Brooklyn. If you're not looking to boost, but you just want to get to the Battle for Brooklyn DLC, this assumes you own the base game, you're already level 40, and you own the Battle for Brooklyn DLC. Now I'm sticking this in here because we're getting tons of questions about how to get to Battle for Brooklyn DLC or how to turn it on or how to activate it. First, in the courtyard, you should get a ping. A comm is going to jump out at you, basically saying, hey, we need you in Brooklyn, come save us. If you're not getting that message and you own the DLC, try hard resetting your console or your PC or whatever, sort of like clearing the cache. Log back in and just kind of walk around in front of the main door of the White House, sort of start heading out to where the destroyed Razorback is or where the old helicopter pad used to be. Okay, once you get that ping, or even if you don't get that ping, what you're going to want to do is head to the helicopter pilot. The confusion is a lot of people don't know he's hiding back here. He's sort of towards the Oval Office in this mini little courtyard. Interact with him and that'll get you there. Okay, first scenario, when to do the level 30 boost. At the time of this recording, the level 30 boost is only available if you own Warlords of New York and or the year 1 pass, usually sold in a bundle. When you're brand new to the game or when you're creating a brand new character, you can start the campaign from the very beginning, which I recommend you at least do that once, whether now or later, because it's an amazing experience. If you own Warlords of New York, which is now optional, you can boost to 30, which will take you straight to New York. And then once you reach the Haven settlement, which will take you about 10 minutes, then you can decide what you want to do from there. You can continue to level your character to level 40 in New York. And typically, one would choose this route if they're a new player and don't want to start the campaign from the very beginning, which would be level 1, or they haven't and want to experience the Warlords of New York story, take on all the rogues, and go head to head with Aaron Keener. But you don't have to do that now. It's usually wise to take advantage of the level 30 boost, even if you're working through a new campaign from the very beginning. So if you started a character at level 1, it's still wise to take advantage of the level 30 boost once you reach level 29, because it's going to give you some additional advantages, including some extra resources that you get one time from using the boost, as well as populating all of the points for your specializations. This may or may not require the year 1 pass. I can't remember that detail exactly. If for some reason you didn't get the year 1 pass because it wasn't included in your bundle, it is highly recommended, because it also opens up your projects and the entirety of your specialization kits. Anyways, the level 30 boost gives you back a lot of quality of life, as well as completes any remainder side missions you didn't get to as you are working through the main campaign. The downside of any boost, whether it's the level 30 boost or the level 40 boost, is that you won't earn the particular achievements for that content that you're bypassing. And that's one reason a lot of people choose to do the level 30 to level 40 organically. Instead of boosting, they unlock all their achievements. So at this stage, if you don't want to take on the story, but you want to reach level 40 organically without a boost, you do have the option of fast traveling back to Washington, D.C. and doing it there. The reason why somebody would want to take this route is if they don't want to take on the story missions or the campaign right now. They want to get to level 40 as fast as possible, but they don't own the Battle for Brooklyn DLC. In that case, getting to Haven and then traveling back to Washington, D.C. is the most direct and fastest route. When to use the level 40 boost. Scenario 2, you just completed the main campaign of the base game, The Division 2. You don't own or haven't finished the Warlords of New York campaign, or you're a returning player and haven't reached level 40, or you're an existing player creating a new character. In order to take advantage of the level 40 boost, at this time, you need to own the Battle for Brooklyn DLC. I'll be doing this on a backup character I created, aka a mule, so this character has never been to New York and has not received her watch yet. What we need to do is boost her to level 40. Now, when it comes to boosting a character, it's going to be a little bit different than activating the Brooklyn DLC. That's because with a brand new character, you haven't activated certain story milestones that will have changed the layout to the base of operations here at the White House. So for us people that have progressed fully in the end game, there's a New York pilot that sits over here in the courtyard. But if you have a new character, that pilot won't be here. So that's going to cause a little bit of confusion if you're a returning player or you're creating a new character. So no problem. So what you need to do is head over to the original location of the pilot here in the front lawn. He's going to provide you with a crossroad. So you can either go to Warlords of New York. That's going to boost you to level 30. But in order to get to Brooklyn, you have to be level 40, and that is going to be your path to boost to level 40 by default. So for any character you create at this point forward, the fastest way to get them to endgame will be to travel to Brooklyn through this method. So you'll see a little bit of cutscene, watch it or skip it. You're gonna arrive to the introduction side of Brooklyn. It appears that right when you land shoreside, you become level 40. The problem is you're going to be stuck here. You can't fast travel back to Washington, D.C. or even New York until you reach the bridge or the settlement. So you're going to have to keep going forward. This is going to be on normal, so pretty easy, and just follow the path. You'll encounter a few enemies and a few minor mechanics, but they're all really basic. It's going to take you an average of 15 minutes just to go through this process. Don't forget to activate your watch before you do. Just go into your character. There's going to be no congratulations, you're level 40. There's going to be no balloons or anything like that. Whatever your watch was, if you're an existing player or a returning player, it's just automatically going to be there. For the watch, it won't be activated, so you're going to have to do that, but it's super easy. Just go to your watch, click into it, wait a couple of beats, and it will activate, and you're done. It's going to allocate all the points accordingly, and otherwise you're good to go. Just make your way to the settlement, and once you're there, you can decide your path. You can continue through Brooklyn if you want to, head to Warlords of New York if you own that expansion, which isn't required, or you can head back to Washington, D.C. to begin the progression of your character. And if you need a fully updated and comprehensive step-by-step guide showing you exactly what you need to do to be able to run with the big dogs in as little as just a few hours, then this is the video for you. Final step for creating additional characters. So if this is a second, third, or fourth character, once you get back to Washington, D.C., be sure to check in with Anaya and purchase your account shared blueprints and account shared materials. That way, all of your characters are connected. Okay, new scenario. Now, this one's a little bit more confusing, but it'll click for you. So the question is, if you own the base game, Warlords of New York and Battle for Brooklyn DLC, and you're creating secondary characters, extra characters, aka mules, is it smarter to go directly to the level 40 boost or start with the level 30 boost? And the answer might not be what you think. Follow me here. If this is a main character or it's a second character that you plan on using at least sometimes, then there is actually logic to starting in Warlords of New York with the 30 boost, getting to Haven, fast travel back to Washington, D.C., and then do a level 40 boost to Brooklyn, at which point you need to get to the settlement, and then you can fast travel back to Washington, D.C. if you want to, or continue through the campaign there. I'm mentioning this because anytime you create a new character, you have to unlock the settlement in Warlords of New York in order to be able to fast travel back and forth, and it's going to be the same way for Brooklyn. So if you want to fast travel from Washington, D.C. to New York City, and then to Brooklyn, and then from Brooklyn to Washington, D.C., or from Brooklyn back to New York City, then you need to have all the settlements unlocked. Just to be clear, if you start a brand new character and jump straight to Brooklyn, you won't be able to fast travel to New York because you haven't unlocked that settlement. You're going to have to helicopter in and then take that 10-minute journey to Haven, and then at that point you can fast travel back and forth. So whatever way you do it, backwards or forwards, so to speak, it's gonna take the same amount of time. That being said, if you own Warlords of New York and you own Brooklyn, there is some logic to going ahead and taking that level 30 boost to New York and then immediately following it with a level 40 boost. So set aside about, 25 to 30 minutes per character to unlock all of the settlements. It's now possible to have your stash space up to 450 total. And you can do that by owning Warlords of New York, owning the Year 1 Pass, and finally owning the Battle for Brooklyn DLC. Each of these are going to give you 50 additional stash spaces. On top of that, each of your characters are able to pack around 150 total items. That means you have the possibility of 1,050 total items if you create all 4 characters and you just move things in and out of your stash space from your extra characters as needed. Just as a quick tip on how I organize mine, all of my favorite weapons and exotics I either keep on my main character and the stash. My most used build elements will also be on my main character and the stash. And then from there, I try to mostly fill my stash space with key backpacks and key chest pieces, and then try to leave a little bit of room for flexibility. On one backup character, I'll put all of my exotics and then chest pieces and backpacks. On the next character, I'll put all of the remaining weapons and then masks, gloves, knees, and holsters, but no exotics on this character and no gear sets. And then the final character will just be all gear sets because there's a lot of them and you're going to need even more space than just a single character. So that's going to end up rolling over into your stash space a little bit and your main character a little bit, but that'll be fine. That's how I organize mine. Hopefully that helps. That's it. Super easy. See you in Brooklyn.
Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm Tuxedo Bandido, and if you found this video helpful, be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on the good stuff I have coming for you. And if you like content like this, be sure to check out the video I have recommended for you right here. If you have anything you would like me to cover, be sure to let me know in the comments below. And thank you to all the channel members and donors who make things possible. Tux Nation wouldn't be the same without you.
When you buy a game from Ubisoft, enter the creator code Tuxedo Bandido to support the channel. Easy peasy.
Wait, did we just become best friends?